Any more people that would like to speak? Last minute. Any more people that would like to speak? Would anyone else like to speak? I need your blue card. This last call. Anybody else want to speak?
Okay, it is 5:30, so we will have a call to order, and we will begin the Eufaula City Council meeting. And if you would, if you would stand, I'm going to say a prayer over us as we begin. Bow with me. Most gracious Heavenly Father God, I thank you for tonight. I thank you first and foremost for the grace that we have in Jesus Christ. God, that there is a way of salvation that you have provided through Christ. And so I thank you for that. And God, I thank you for just being an amazing God. That God, how you have called us to come together tonight. And Lord, I pray for your guidance and wisdom over us. I pray for us to be transparent and speak in spirit and truth, Lord, as we discuss items that affect all of us as we live here. And so I pray that God, you would be over us and that you would bless this time, that you would bless our conversations, that God, we would look to you for guidance and wisdom, and we would be thankful that you have just called us here tonight. God, I pray that as a community that we will be unified. I pray that that God, we would have great conversations as we look to the city and what it is and where it needs to go. And so, God, I pray that you would bless us tonight in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
A pledge of allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. All right, we're going to go ahead and begin. So, Miss Valerie, can we have a roll call, please?
Counselor Dobbs.
Here.
Counselor Kelly. Here. Counselor Barton.
Here.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Here.
Mayor Hickman.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum. So we will begin with the consent agenda. And the consent agenda begins with item number 5, approval of minutes. A, special meeting November 21st, 2025. B, regular meeting December 1st, 2025. Item 6, approval of the November treasurer's report. Number 7, approval of the December 2025 payroll figures for the general fund in the amount of $129,438.67. And line item number 8, receipt of December claims, City of Eufaula. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Counselor Dobbs.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yes.
Counselor Barton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Yes.
And Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Okay, that passes. Moving on to the individual items for consideration. Line item number 9, discussion, consideration, and possible action on Resolution 26-01-01, adopting the McIntosh County Hazard Mitigation Plan Update 2026 through 2031. Mr. Jacob.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'll actually pass this to McIntosh County Emergency Management Director Leslie Phillips to talk about this item if he's here.
He is here.
Oh, I'll go ahead and get started on it, though. The McIntosh County Hazard Mitigation Plan update outlines hazard risks and mitigation strategies for McIntosh County and participating jurisdictions, including the city of Eufaula. Adoption of the plan is required to maintain eligibility for certain federal and state hazard mitigation and disaster recovery funding programs. And that's what we've presented before council this evening. And Leslie's here to add additional information to that.
Basically, the plan is good for 5 years, and it will open the door for FEMA assistance if we was to have a major presidentially declared disaster. And at the same time, we could get mitigation projects such as generators, revamp water plants, and more than if we don't have a plan in place. They do not have to help us, but we can request it. And then you could be denied, like we were denied for the flooding events this spring.
Okay.
But this would just open the door for 404 monies and 424 monies from the federal government.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, we were denied because we did not have this updated plan in place partially.
That is one of the check boxes that we were denied.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like we need to have that in place.
And we're getting it paid for part of the way on a grant, and the city and as well as the school districts has all went together, and we've broke the cost down to less than 2,000 or right at 2,000.
Oh, that's nice.
So
I have a question. Is this the first time that we've had a mitigation plan, or is this just something that's gotten?
our last mitigation plan expired in 2016.
So we need to have one.
Yes.
So I'd make a motion, if it's time for that,
Mhm.
to go ahead and accept the mitigation plan. I'll look it over.
I second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Counselor Dobbs.
Yes.
Counselor Gully.
Yes.
Counselor Barton.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Yes.
And Mayor Hickman.
Yes. Does that help where you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Great. All right, moving on to line item number 10, discussion, consideration, possible action to direct the city manager to evaluate annexation possibilities for the Longtown, Texana areas, including potential cost and service impacts, and to obtain consultant proposals for legal, engineering, and planning services to return to the city council for consideration. And before we begin on this topic, I want to be clear what this is and what this is not, because I've seen a lot of things on Facebook, and this is not a vote to annex. So please understand that. This is not a vote to annex. This is about a city council that has really worked hard in looking and preparing for growth for Eufaula. And we've done that through a comprehensive plan that we have started previously. And we've had that meeting, and it's going great. And a comprehensive plan, I would highly recommend everyone to look at that. It's about looking at and planning out all of your infrastructure, all of your zoning, so that it's really a city's business plan to go to other companies to look at, to saying if they would like to come here and establish a business here. Because one of my greatest things, and the reason why I'm here in this position, is because I absolutely love this community. I've grown up here. My family's from here. My grandma moved here. And I want to see this community do well. Not just part of it, all of it. I love the people here. I plan to stay here. I do business here. I'm a pastor here. And so I want to see it do fantastic. And that's why I joined the city council, because I saw several decisions being made that I didn't like a whole lot. And my wife, in all her wisdom, says, if you're going to complain, be ready to do something about it. And so that's what I did. And that is why I'm here, to help plan for the future and the future growth. And I want to say what this item is. This item is just because we are doing a comprehensive plan which is just exploration on possible growth, that we have discussed what it would look like. And so by our laws, we have to direct the staff to be able to go out and just do the research on what this would even look like. What benefits would it bring? We don't know all the answers yet. But man, we're ready to do the work to find them. And that's what this is about. So we can direct staff, so we can then, and the thing about it is, this is great information for the Texana area and the Longtown area and the Eufaula area. I mean, this is just great information on what is the potential growth that could be possible. We don't know. No one knows. But if we're looking at a comprehensive plan, it would be amazing, because they are very expensive. They take a long time. It would be amazing what if, and this is my desire, we all work together versus working separate. That is my desire, is just what are the possibilities, because we don't know. And so I want to acknowledge something to everyone. I understand these are real decisions. These can affect real people. I know that. I've lived here all my life. I've always considered this area home. That's why I moved back. And that's another thing, it's because it does affect real things. And I want everyone to ask themselves, what is it going to look like in 25 or 50 years? That's where I'm at right now, because I have a son who's 18, and he's already talking about leaving, going to college somewhere, and going and getting a job somewhere, because there's no jobs. So what's it going to look like to everyone in 25 or 50 years? What do you see this area becoming? What could it become? Ask yourself that. How can we help one another? We're all humans. We pass each other in the grocery store. We use each other's services. What's it going to look like in 25, 50 years? And what could it be if we all worked together to accomplish that goal? That's what the comprehensive plan does. And I want to also acknowledge this as well. I know there's been a lot of naysayers, but we don't have all the information. I ask you, I beg with you, and I plead with you to be open-minded, be patient. Because one of the things I have thoroughly enjoyed is look at this room. Look what it has done. It has brought all of us into the same room. If that is all it does to start a conversation, to wake people up to what this community could become, I'm happy. I'm pleased. I'm thankful. And so, for that reason, my intent tonight, as we look at this item and the council takes action, I want to first start having public engagement, because this has brought us together. Let's continue the talks. Let's have town hall meetings out at Texana, out in Longtown. Let's have questions. Let's have input. And I seriously ask that you put your input in. Part of the comprehensive plan is a survey. I want everyone to be a part of that survey. You get to have your opinion in that survey. And so I ask you to go take that survey. Call one of us. We love to, these conversations, we will have conversations. I promise. And so that's why we want to have listening sessions, town halls, so all of you can participate, that this isn't a one-time deal. That's my desire. And so if council approves this direction tonight, my intended motion, this is going to be my intended motion tonight before we get started, will be to approve the item with the condition that that any consultant proposals obtained by the city manager will be only limited to the scope of facilitating public engagements and activities only, including listening sessions, town hall areas, and that proposals returned to the council for consideration. That will be my intended proposal, that we would start having listening sessions where we listen to your comments, that you get to input to us. Even though you're not in Eufaula city limits, some of you would still get to input to us, and we get to have discussions in city halls as we move forward. So that's going to be, before we take any other feasible research, that's going to be my intent tonight in my motion. So before we open up the item for public comments, I want to kind of just go over a couple of housekeeping items, okay? If you have not already signed up to speak, you may do so by filling out one of these blue slips and returning them up front to Miss Valerie. And per our meeting rules, each person that signs up will have 5 minutes to speak. And my request is that you keep your comments focused on this item. And we ask everyone to be respectful, and if possible, avoid repeating the same thing. Like, if you want to come up and someone has spoken the same issue or item, then you just say, I second what so-and-so said earlier about this. And your comment will be heard, I promise. And then add anything new. If someone has said something that, if you think something new needs to be added to it, then you have the time to add that to it. And so, just because there are several up here tonight, I'm going to ask that, that I would respond from the council, if there is a response needed. Okay. Our big thing tonight is that we want to listen to you. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear your constructive criticism, your concerns. And if we feel that it needs to be addressed, then we will. But our big thing tonight is listening to you. So with that being said, I'm going to call our first speaker, Mr. Jimmy Doolittle. Come to the podium, please, sir.
Well, since I'm not allowed to ask you questions,
No, you can ask the question.
but you're not going to answer them.
No, sir, that's not what I said.
I thought they said you wouldn't respond.
Yes, I will respond if I feel that it needs to be responded. But our big thing tonight is just listening. But yes.
Okay, all right. You believe that if getting this tax money, the sales tax, increasing that, you believe that that will be spent seeing if we're going to have do things?
No, sir. That's not what
I mean, you said, I heard somebody say there's 187,000 already.
That's with the comprehensive plan, sir.
So,
The
okay.
comprehensive plan, it involves looking at the city limits of Eufaula currently right now. So
Okay.
right now with the feasibility study with the item 10, it would look at, is this even feasible for the city of Eufaula to take on any other area?
And
to
it
add.
costs us $187,000.
No, sir,
How much did it cost us?
nothing.
So,
This does not affect you at all. No cost to you whatsoever for us to do a feasibility study.
okay. All right. I have only like 1 minute left. I'm just curious.
No, sir. You
Oh, I
please-
can't ask them questions either?
No, sir. You have to direct towards the city council.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Doolittle.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Robert Tate. Mr. Robert Tate. Okay, sorry, I didn't see you, sir.
Now that this has been redirected to what you're saying tonight and what you're proposing tonight, I really have no comment.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Jeremy Jones.
I think I talk loud enough. I may not need that.
No,
very
go ahead
close.
and
Is
put
that
it, yeah,
okay?
because it's online. Yes,
Can you hear me okay?
yes.
My name is Jeremy Jones. I'm a property owner in the city of Eufaula. And I also live and own property in the Longtown area. Manager Foos, Mayor Hickman, council members, neighbors. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I want to begin by grounding this conversation in reality. Tonight's vote is not about annexation. It's about whether the city of Eufaula should spend public funds to hire a firm to explore future governance options. That distinction matters because how we frame this decision will determine whether citizens or the process builds trust or it erodes it before it ever truly begins. If this is truly exploratory, then it must be open-minded, neutral, and comprehensive. And that means one thing very clearly. Annexation cannot be treated as the default destination. Interlocal planning and formal interlocal agreements must be considered equally, seriously, and from the very beginning. Interlocal collaboration exists for a reason. It's not a consolation prize and it's not avoidance. It is a proven governance tool that allows neighboring communities to plan together intentionally and transparently without eliminating their independence. It recognizes that growth does not require absorption and cooperation does not require control. Texana, Longtown, and Eufaula are separate communities. Yes, many of us culturally identify as being from Eufaula. We shop here, work here, worship here, and raise families alongside one another. But identity and jurisdiction are not the same thing. These communities have distinct histories, governance structures, service models, and expectations. They may appear to be extensions of one another on a map, particularly when viewed through regional growth patterns, but they are not the same, and that distinction matters. I want to be very clear about something else. Many residents do not oppose planning. They oppose being planned for without them. They oppose being treated as a future tax base instead of a present stakeholders. If this process is perceived, even unintentionally, as outcome-driven rather than information-driven, the city will lose credibility long before any formal proposal ever comes forward. Trust is the currency of local government. Once it's spent, it's incredibly hard to earn back. That's why the order of operation matters. Collaboration first, data second, boundaries last, if at all. The most successful communities don't rush to redraw lines. They build frameworks. They use interlocal agreements to coordinate land use, infrastructure planning, emergency services, and growth management while preserving local voice. They prove competence, consistency, and restraint. Before asking anyone to give up autonomy, this is not an argument against growth. This is an argument for smart growth, growth that respects people,
Yes.
process, and precedent. Growth that understands that power exercised too quickly often creates resistance, while power exercised carefully builds partnership.
Yeah.
If Eufaula wants to lead, and I believe it does, then leadership here means setting the tone. It means clearly stating that this study is not a march toward annexation, but an honest evaluation of all available tools with interlocal cooperation as a central pillar. Do that, and this process can bring communities closer together. Fail to do that, and it risks pushing them further apart. I urge the council, if it chooses to move forward tonight, to publicly commit to the standard. To publicly commit to that standard, to neutrality, to collaboration, and to respect for independent communities. Because how we proceed now will define not just the outcome, but the legacy of this decision. Thank you.
Well,
Mr. Jeremy Jones, very well spoken. Thank you. Thank you. I think that definitely lays out the framework too, that we work together. So to build that trust. Mr. Danny Choate.
It took Jeremy about 3 weeks to write that. And I helped him.
Yeah, that's right. Just ditto what he, yeah.
Listen, I'm here because I have no agenda. I'm here as a citizen of Longtown area. I've been the fire chief out there for 30-some years. Now listen, what people perceive this as is a hostile takeover. The way it was presented to the public, you should have had town meetings before this ever happened. Then you would maybe have got a little more cooperation. I'm telling you, because people, and like me, I bought out there because I didn't want to live in the city. I didn't want to do it. My family enjoyed living out there. We were in the country. And I understand your rules, regulation, ordinances. Anytime you get a group of people in a confined area, you have to have some rules. Believe it or not, we've got rules out in Longtown. We've got a good system going. We've got a county commissioner that works with all of our citizens out there. We passed a penny sales tax in Pittsburgh County so he would have the money to fix the roads in the Longtown area. I don't know of any other county that's doing that right now. Y'all aren't doing it, are you? Money's hard to come by, but that was one of the best things that the citizens of Pittsburgh County done, and that's what they're afraid is going to be taken away from them. They're independent people. Sure, we've got problems just like you do in every other community in the United States. But I'm telling you, we've got a sheriff's office that works with us. County commissioners works with us. It's the whole county government works with us. I personally am not for annexation of anything. I'm not. I want to be truthful with you. If I was for annexation, I would say, let's annex Longtown and make it our own city, not Eufaula. And I'm trying to be truthful. If we want to annex Longtown, we'll do it. But that's what people perceive this as a takeover. And a lot of them that have called me, in a 2-day period, I had 106 telephone calls on my phone, and I'm nobody out there. I've been the fire chief, so people call me and, hey, what about this? I don't know.
You put out fires though, right?
We put out one last night till 2 o'clock in the morning. We're busy enough doing that. I just want you guys to really be cautious about what you're doing, and you need to have the public's input more than what you've had when you put this on the agenda. I really think that's me personally opinion. That's not anybody's opinion here but mine. I think it should have been done a little different. You might have had a little more public support, but I'm telling you, if you had a vote right now in Longtown, I will bet you my title to my house and property out there that you won't get a vote of a yes. It ain't going to happen. And that's all I got to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Damon. Mr. Darren Montgomery.
Howdy, y'all.
Hello.
Hey, I don't have anything against any of y'all. I don't hold no ill feelings. But I come here tonight, I live on Texana Road. My family has been on Texana Road in one way or another for the last 150 years. I don't mean to sound rude. We didn't need you then. We don't need you now. Sorry. I've worked all over the United States. Again, nothing against you, but anything government touches turns to crap. I'm sorry. That's just, they impose their rules, their regulations, their fees, their fines. All we want is to be left alone. I own property in Wagner County, 8 miles away from the city. They got their nose in everything I do out there. We don't want that here. If I want to put up a new shop building, I don't want to wait 8 months to go through this, that, and the other thing. I want it up in a week's time. And I suspect I speak for most everybody here. Leave us alone. If you want to do something for the city, that's great. But I'm going to say this, and I'm not being hateful. I'm not being hateful. The main drag out here has been tore up for 3 months. Fix the streets. Go right here to Burdines and go down that street right there. It's like back road in the mountains of Colorado. Go right down here to the courthouse. Fix the street there. I'm not being hateful, but I don't want that imposed on where I live. And like I said, I'm not being hateful.
No, you're good, sir.
I just want to make it known, we don't want no annexation. We got, my family owns property in the ONAP area, and we don't want you there either. I mean, I'd do a barbecue with you anytime. But
I'd take you up on it.
let's keep it to that, you know? But once again, let's keep Eufaula. I know it sounds crazy, but let's keep Eufaula or the surrounding areas a retirement community. I realize there's no jobs here. I left here in '84 because there's no jobs. But I come back home because home is home. And I love it here because it's not somewhere else. It's not Chicago. It's not Houston. It's not Las Vegas. It's home. It's country, and I want to keep it that way from now until the good Lord comes. Amen.
And I just want to remind everyone, this is your civic right, okay? You are not going to offend any of us, by keeping it civil. So I just want everyone to know that. So this is your right, okay? This is your time. We ask just keep it respectful and civil. So well done, sir. Mr. Peter Lee.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
I live in Longtown. I do business in Longtown. I do business in Eufaula. We love it here. My kids go to Eufaula school. I serve with Danny. And I just want to come to the board. I'm not against information. I'm not against a study. I'm not against a plan. I'm not against numbers. But I want to second what Jeremy said. I think it's important that we include all the community, that we make sure that these plans aren't just for Eufaula and what Eufaula can get, but what it can do for the citizens. What do the citizens want? What zonings do those imply? What can we do to help? Because at the end of the day, we all live on Lake Eufaula. And if I go anywhere outside of Oklahoma, they say, where are you from? I say Eufaula, or I say Lake Eufaula, right? And we're all one. People come, and when I had Daubers, they came and ate at Daubers, and they're eating up at Jimmy's in the evenings, and they're coming to Mama Tig's for lunch. So we all are very intertwined. But I agree with Danny we need to be transparent. We need to make sure that we're including talks with all the communities and we're getting information. And if you guys are here today being honest and you're saying, hey, this report that we're asking to get is for information so that we can answer those questions. And this report is not for annexation. It's not for us to take over, but it's so we can start that dialogue. And this is the process that you need to take to even open the dialogue. If this is the process, you guys need to have town halls in Longtown and have town halls in Texana Road, then I'm not opposed to that. Because I do believe knowledge is power. And I do believe that we should all know what's going on and we should all have a say. We should all be able to communicate peacefully, respectfully, and I will always welcome knowledge and I'll always welcome facts. So if that is truly what you started the meeting out with, that is your intention as a board, is to just go this path to give us information and to gather information and to talk, I'm not opposed to that. I am opposed to annexing against our will. I'm opposed at trying to take over. I'm opposed at going around the citizens of each area. And that's really what I was here for to say, is that I'm all for knowledge, but it needs to be done right. And if you guys want to do a study, I'd love to read it.
Yeah.
And if that's all we're here for, then I have no issues with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to just clarify what you said, Peter, is that too, this is the process, like I mentioned at the beginning, that we have to direct our staff. This is so it's transparent for everyone. We don't want to hide information. We don't want to hide a process. This is not the good old boy system. This is not backdoor talks. This is so we're transparent with you. And then we can direct the staff to then even like just having meetings. We still have to direct the staff. That's the process of a city.
So I want to clarify, can I ask one thing? Sorry. So
Sure.
You couldn't have town halls or anything without first having this vote, is that correct?
Right.
Yeah, we would have to direct the staff to look at, to consult it.
I just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify that.
yes.
So this is what allows the town hall.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, I just asked them. I don't know.
That was a good question. That's a very good question, because that's exactly right. We cannot move forward at all, the city can't, without us first as a council saying, we give our vote to start looking into those things and having those town hall meetings.
Yeah.
Okay, so there would be no, according to what you guys are saying, because I'm not a politician or a lawmaker, I promise you. You guys are saying that to have those town halls, to even come over and put those together, you needed the blessing of the board first.
This is the first step.
Gotcha.
Very good question.
And just to reiterate, we might do all of this, have all the conversations, have all the town halls, listening sessions, do a feasibility study, and say this is not feasible. But what it has done is it gives us information to where we can even have conversations. And that's a blessing that it brings us closer together in that way. So I hope that's respectful. Mr. Will Webb.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, there he is. He's in the back. That's okay.
Hey, Mayor, council people, glad to be here. I'm glad you guys are here. So I couldn't take anything away from what Mr. Montgomery said. I would say the exact same thing, every line, every word. I think that this comes down to ensuring that people know what the vision is. I think that right now a lot of people are blinded. The education, I know myself, I need pictures to see what's going on. So I think a lot of people would appreciate that. Just an idea without concepts or visual that really has stunted a lot of people. So I think that if the approach can be made to create a vision, I think that people might be more receptive to the idea. But I know there's a lot of folks that I've spoken to just over the past 2 days, and I'm talking about 100 people, and I'm not real popular. Like, people don't have my number type of deal, but a lot of people have gotten a hold of me. So there's this preemptive thing of a petition. So there were like 70 signatures today, just alone of people that really don't like the idea, really didn't like the approach. Hopefully we can find some sort of compromise to where everyone benefits from it. But I think that the concern really, and it's been voiced, is that only the city will benefit from it, and then everybody who lives out in the sticks will not benefit from it, and that everybody that lives out in the sticks is not going to get to build what they want, how they want, that everything is going to be picked apart. And that's the reason that we live out there is because we like to do what we do without being interfered with by all of the rules and regulations of the city. And so I think that's one of the major concerns. There are businesses that function well, and they benefit people out in Longtown or out in Texana. They don't have to abide by all the rules and regulations of the city. Those businesses would probably not benefit from having regulations of the city. And so I think that's a big concern. I think that a lot of people are taking away from this that this is just a city thing and not a country thing, which is a really weird thing to say in this part of the world, because it seems like everything is country, or big city folks would say that. To keep it short, great quote from Farmers Only is that city folks just don't get it. And so I think that's the big concern here. That's it. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Webb.
That's great.
We're having fun, right? We're having fun. Hey, you need a smile over there. Okay. Miss Julia Amont or Amond? Did I say that correctly?
It's Julia Amont, yeah.
Amont,
It's
yeah.
Julia Amont, but it's
Gotcha.
hard to say together. I come from a town in California that was the size of Eufaula, and they decided to start annexing the country land around. Within 15 years, we were at 50,000 people. The peach trees were gone. The orchards were gone. Everything country was gone. We went from a cute town to being destroyed by rules. We were told, oh, if you have your animals, you can keep them. You'll be grandfathered in. But in that grandfather clause that was missed, you couldn't replace your animals if they died. You could have land with no animals on it.
Oh.
They started coming out saying, we wanted to add on to our house. They came to our house, told us, take everything off. Your vents are the wrong size. You're going to have to replace them. I said, get in the car. We're going over to where you paved over all the country land. I said, when you make every house here replace yours, I'll replace mine. But I'm sorry, I see no benefits in the annexation for the people in the country. What I see are rules and regulations and losing our freedoms, and that's what will happen. You can sit up there and say what you want, but we will lose the right to our property. You will come in and say, you have 5 dogs, city rule says 3. You have a horse, city rule says no animals. So then I will start being fined and being told to get rid of them, get them out of there. I'm sorry. I've seen it happen, and I hate to see it happen here. If these people have never seen it happen, they don't know the wreck that's headed for them, and that is the truth. God bless and good night.
You know, I definitely hear you, Miss Julia. And I think one of the things that, and this is just information, and information is good, like Mr. Peter Lee said, is that, you know, when we take, or if, this is a huge if, okay? This is a huge if. So we don't know a lot. So I'm putting the cart before the horse, just for the record, okay? That if that was the case and everything worked out great, then Texana and Longtown, you know, we would look at redistricting and then possibly adding to a 7-person council where you would have representation. That's just information, okay? That's a long ways away. Okay. Okay? It's just information, ladies and gentlemen, just information, okay?
Leland Lane.
Leland Lane. Leland Lane.
I guess he left.
Okay. Okay. You might circle back to that. Mr. Jeremy Richmond. Oh, yes.
Hi, everybody. You guys know me.
Yes.
Y'all got a lot of fun going on tonight. That thing sounds weird. A lot of good points made.
Yes.
A lot of people do like being out in the country. Some people like some of the town benefits.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know.
could you speak into the mic?
Is that better?
Yes.
That just sounds so weird. I said a lot of people like living in the country and being left alone and being able to build whatever they want. Anybody who knows me already knows that. My question for y'all is, why would we want you to be out in the county? Is the city going to do something better with the water, with the streets? Do you guys have a big plan for that? Or are we just looking at taxes on businesses, taxes on customers, permitting problems? I love what you said about wanting your kids to be able to stay here when they grow up. Like I've proven that by trying to be one of the highest paying employers in the area, trying to keep people here, give a future here. And I would love more of one. But I see a lot of things that don't change. And on one hand, I like that because I've been in towns, like the lady said, where everything changed and people don't live there and people don't want to live there anymore. So please take that into consideration as y'all move forward. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Yes,
just
sir.
real quick to answer your question, the feasibility study shows a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the comprehensive plan to be able to include those areas into that, if it's feasible and if it's wanted, of course,
Right.
that's where we start putting up pictures on what can be. Okay. You know, we don't have the information.
Mhm.
We haven't done the studies. And so we don't know the full answer to all of that. These are just so preliminary talks right now.
I hate to say the Facebook warriors got us all because everybody thought this was a vote on if you guys were annexing everybody right now. And that's not it.
Facebook warriors got us all wound up and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm sorry about that. I really am. You know, that's something that we live in a world of social media.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of misinformation. Just for the record, we are not trying to promote wind farms or solar panels here. Okay? I saw that one.
And thank y'all for everybody for
Yes.
coming
Mhm.
and actually being part of the community instead of just getting on Facebook and talking trash. You actually came to find out what's really going on.
Correct.
So helpful.
One more thing I got to ask you guys. You don't have to answer this. I understand there is a law in the city of Eufaula that says you cannot have a bar.
Bar?
You can have a food establishment, but not a bar. Is the last call in town not 10:30?
I don't know.
Don't know about that.
We can research that.
Yeah. We'll
Research that.
Yeah.
Another thing is the fire department. If you know, I am part of Texana Fire Department. I love my fire departments. Are we going to get funding from y'all? Are you planning on taking over it? Is the fire department actually planning on coming to our areas? Or are you guys just going to give us, big old blank check and let us do whatever we need to help protect you?
So I will address part of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because there is still some parts that we need to research. Okay, so I will acknowledge that. You know, we contacted the state today, and we actually, just for the record, Eufaula has a 4.0 ISO rating. Okay.
Sweet.
Everyone's happy about that. Okay.
Mhm.
And we were informed that we can work out agreements with the rural fire departments.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to research more into that. Okay. That's still preliminary.
Right.
Because I will say, just for the record, Texana, Onapa, and Longtown are great fire departments. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Come on now. These people serve. Man, I know a lot of them. They work hard, and then they still get up in the middle of the night and go fight fire. And what's great is when it's all working together, right? When you have a fire, you have to call Napa, Texana. I mean, everyone's there.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
You do realize that Texana answers more calls than Eufaula and Shakota combined, correct?
You know, I don't know all the
Longtown?
details. Oh, this is the bragging moment. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, I'm just letting you know what you're
yeah.
up against. I'm assuming y'all are pretty close. So pretty close.
Yeah. So, hey, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lynette Brownell.
Oh, good. I was afraid you wouldn't be able to see me. Like, how tall is that really? I live off of Texana
You can
Road.
bend that down just, yeah.
I live off of Texana Road. Love my fire department, love my community. We do have 3 distinct communities, and I think the majority feels we need to stay that way. I'm coming from a little different aspect. I worked for a county for 17 years of one of the fastest growing counties in the nation in Colorado. And I had lived in a small town similar to Eufaula. It was charming. It was beautiful. It's not like that anymore. So you need to be careful when you consider stuff like this and annexation, because you want to keep what's unique to Eufaula and our area, because we all enjoy Eufaula.
Mhm.
And due to greed and annexation, that is gone. Now it's nothing more than basically a suburb of Denver. And I don't even recognize it anymore. And it's depressing. And I, for one, if I wanted to live in the city limits, I would. But I don't want to. I like my freedom that I have out there. And I want to keep it that way. So I please ask, as you seek this information, tread lightly and be very careful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
We gotta go. We got a fire meeting. We've already got guys at the firehouse.
Mr. Joseph Preet.
Thank you for coming.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
You know,
It's on, it's.
you know
on
what? I just gotta say
YouTube.
that I know a lot of folks know who I am in here for Joe's Wholesale. A lot of people do. If they know me from the area, they know. And I started a store because I know there's people out here struggling. So I started a store for people because it was a struggle. Life is a struggle. All right. And I know it's a struggle. So I tried to keep things low at a cost so people can afford what they can afford. I know if something turns into a city, what it does, it brings the people that don't really have much now, and it brings their costs even higher. It puts, because you guys got a 3.5 tax rate on city taxes, 3.5, I know, okay? The state of Oklahoma eliminated grocery taxes to 0, okay? But the city still taxes those groceries. That means if they were gonna come to my store, they would get taxed again on those again. Right now, it's a 1.5 in Pittsburgh County. That's the only thing that people get taxed on groceries when they come to my store. So I'm really looking at the people that are struggling. I'm looking at the struggle of people when they want to build something, and they're going to have to go through all the permits and go through all the code enforcements. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the people the ones that aren't even here right now, because this meeting to me felt like it was almost sneaky to put together. And I thank my Facebook people for actually raising up and putting this on Facebook for us to know what was going on, because this almost went on with nobody even knowing what was going on. I didn't hear nothing until last night. The people are texting me like, Joe, you hear what's going on? And people know I love the people. And I will continue to keep my prices low, even if this thing does go through. I'll make sure I drop my prices for the people, because I'm for the people. I love it out here. People love the dirt roads. And that's what brings people here. I run an Airbnb, and it's in the country. And you know what? People come to that Airbnb because you know why? They want a taste of the country. They want a taste of looking out on that porch in the morning and seeing the deer run across the yard. You can read my reviews on my Airbnb. It talks about I love to see the deers in the morning.
If you could just.
Am I losing you?
No, keep it directed
Oh, I'm
this
sorry.
way. Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I know you're passionate, buddy. That's good.
I'm passionate about this, and that's why I came. Was I nervous to get up here? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about the people of what the cost is going to be to them down the road here. Because everybody is going to get taxed on this in the future. No doubt about it. If it turns into city limits, because I've got property on Texana Road. I've got property on 9 on Longtown. I've got several properties in Longtown. I've got rental properties all over the place. And I know my one rental property in Chakota city limits, I'll tell you what, that's one of my highest tax properties right there because of the city tax that is on it.
On the property?
On the property. Because they add a city tax. If you're in city limits, a city tax on the property. Same thing in Eufaula. If you're in city limits, you're going to get taxed differently than county. That's just the way it is. That's how they do that. I know because I buy several properties every year. I've got several of them. But I'm just here voicing my opinion, and I'm, I know Brother Hickman, I know he's I'm not going to take anything. I'm sorry. I get passionate about what I do. I get excited, and I love each and every one of you in here. And I'm just thinking of the people. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And man, I just want to reiterate again, Mr. Joe, is like, it's just information. And this is even good information for y'all's area, if nothing else, and we're having great conversations. Anything else?
There's a fire department meeting that some of the people had to leave to go to and stuff.
Mr. Kevin Drake.
How are y'all?
Doing good.
I don't have anything. I applaud every one of these people that come from the outlying communities. I'm here from a business owner in Eufaula that has been here 28 years. The business has been here 48 years. And I just want to echo what you said, James, that we care about the community.
Yeah.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
We, as citizens, get information scuttlebutts. I will tell you that I put some false information out on Facebook based off this very meeting. I have no problem admitting that. But this is, would like for you to answer to the people, this is a step toward annexation.
We don't
Be clear with them.
Yes,
This is a step. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here having this conversation. So I just admit it. Just say it is a step toward.
Well, let me be clear.
Okay.
Because you're putting the cart before the horse. Like the council would have to decide that, and we don't even have the information. We might say, get the information, say, no, we don't want to take this step. That's what I just said earlier. Because okay, hold on. I'm directing it to Mr. Kevin, okay? Because again, it goes back to my previous statement earlier that we're in a comprehensive plan that looks at growth, looks at possibly setting up trails. If it's feasible and we present that to the people, that's what we're trying to do. is get the information in the people's hands. And then if the people don't want it, that's fine, man. But information for you to make that informed decision on how you want Eufaula to grow. I mean, do you not want information?
So it sounds like the people here don't want it. I'm just going to point that
Well,
out.
I mean,
That was
they,
pretty
they
clear.
might not, but they're looking at just, some of them do, some of them do, some of them want information. And so that's helping our community. And that's helping Longtown to see if they even would want something. They might not, Kevin. They might not. And, I hear everyone here, and I've talked to a lot of others. I mean, trust me, I've talked to 100, 200 people. A lot of people might consider it, but they want the information. They
So-
just want information.
Another question is, you mentioned this comprehensive plan that we've already approved, correct?
Correct.
Has already been a part of this. This would require adding to that comprehensive plan,
That's putting many steps ahead.
but it would require.
That was the will of the people. Then we would consider adding that.
So now we're going to talk about the will of the people. You can verify that the will of the people is the will of the actual property owners. This will not be a vote of the people on a ballot
I
like
wanna
everybody believes
I
that,
want be transparent. We're following state law on that issue,
which is
which is the 65% of the landowners. 50%, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I think this will clear up a lot of stuff because a lot of people think that we can just go and annex this without.
No, Mr.
Yeah,
Barton,
we
I
can't
do
do that.
understand the process. I read the state statutes today, so.
Let our attorney kind of explain that.
Hello, everyone. I'm the city attorney, Luke Laster. I do not vote. But there was a change in the state statute. Anything less than 8 square miles requires a 50% vote of the owners of the acres to be annexed. If it's over 8 square miles, it's 65% of the acres to be annexed. It's by written consent. It's not an election.
So with that being said, we currently have 8 square miles that is within the city limits, right?
Of Eufaula or?
Of Eufaula.
I believe it's approximately 9.6 square miles.
So it would be, if I'm understanding what your attorney just said, that exceeds that 8 square miles. So we're back to 65%.
It would be I think it could exceed that, but it's not looking at the size of the city of Eufaula. It's looking at the size of the area to be annexed.
So from my understanding, the area to be had is 44 square miles.
Of the certain.
So a preliminary review, it was approximately 40 square miles.
So again, we're beyond these numbers. We're not being transparent here. Like this information is, so I'm going to say that my charge to the city council today is to table this and have these discussions before we get the cart before the horse, like you said, and find out answers. Because also, I mean, I don't know if you're aware that once we exceed 5,000 in population, the city then assumes responsibility for all the roads within that incorporated area. Are you aware of that?
And that's an excellent point on why we would pay for a study to evaluate all of these things.
Yeah.
And this is the most transparent the city council could have been. I could have done all these studies under my management authority and budget authority, but then I would have came to you with a plan and there would have been no public involvement in that. How is that transparent? This is an opportunity for the community to have a voice and be part of the process.
Yeah.
So again, I agree with that, and I would echo, why can we not table this until everybody can have clearer communications, because like this has all been in 2 days, all this information for the majority of the people. Y'all have had a lot longer jump to know what's going on than we have, correct?
No, like it got.
So how long have
published.
you known about it, James? About the possibility of
I
that?
mean, like when we put out the agenda, I mean, that's.
You just know about the annexation. I mean, the potential annexation.
Oh, how long have I wanted to?
Or thought about it, yeah.
How long have I thought about it?
Yeah.
I've thought about it for 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, but this is.
And that's just being
No, I mean,
transparent.
this is I'm being very honest.
Right, I believe you.
Okay. Yeah, your 5 minutes is up, okay? But I'm going to continue to talk and answer that, okay?
But
Yeah.
alrighty.
Yeah. Thank
I've
you.
got a lot more points. But you took about half my time.
I was answering questions for you. I'm sorry. And maybe we could do a video and talk more. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Because we want to be very transparent. You know, I'm sorry, but let me speak here. We want to be very transparent. You know, that's where we put it on the agenda to where we have to direct the staff. And that's why I mentioned earlier, I am going to table this vote for the feasibility study so we could have more discussions in town hall meetings.
Can I come back to the podium and say my final statement?
I'll let you do that. Yeah, your final statement.
So I just want to be clear, because I didn't get to wrap it up, but my stance is we have 8 square miles currently. We need to build
9.6.
or 9.6. We need to build from within out, not work to go out inward. That's my point here. As a community, and you say this 50-year vision, I can understand that. I've lived here my whole life as well. So we can look backwards 50 years and see the
potential
several economic failures that we've endeavored, that you could see why people are concerned with just jumping into something that we don't know about.
Well, and thank you.
And I'll
Mr.
end with
Kevin.
that.
And that's why I would highly, highly recommend continue to be involved. Come to the our little community action committee meetings. Okay, they're fantastic. This is where we're planning vision for the next 50 years. Okay, and this is just one piece of the pie that we're just looking at for information. I mean, that's it. It's as transparent as I can be. And that's where don't take it from another person on Facebook. Come to the meeting and hear it from the horse's mouth,
Or call one of us.
or call one of us. Yes. So, I mean, we love talking about it. We don't this is volunteer. I think just to be transparent, $50 a meeting. This is volunteer. Okay. And so, I do it because I love my community. That's it.
And I do.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that's where we're going to come together and work together because we live in close proximity. So, all right, Miss Tammy Shaver.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, so I don't have any problem with you guys getting that information because it's inevitable. We will grow, okay? I understand that eventually. However, I do have some concerns. You want to look at the growth in the areas surrounding. What about the growth in Eufaula? What about the issues in Eufaula? We look at that and you're not addressing those issues, and that brings concern when you're wanting to address or look at the outside of it. So that's one of the things we're looking at. Another thing, I found out about this on Facebook. So if you're being transparent, where was it published? Where do I need to look at?
State law requires that meeting agendas be posted on the front of the building, it's on the other side of that wall, and also on the city website. And we complied with that with 48 hours notice.
Okay, because we all would like to know this.
Yeah.
If you're going to
Great
be
question.
transparent about it, we need to know this because we are interested in finding out. I understand the growth situation. I'm a landowner in Longtown. I drive 30 miles to go to work, so I understand what you're saying. And that's not the issue that I'm looking at. There's other issues that I'm looking at. The roads. Has the sewer system been fixed out here? We're looking at growth out in Longtown where they're trying to build houses, and that hasn't even been addressed yet. We had Carlton Landing come in. That was never addressed. And we have issues out there with crap being poured out into the lake. And we got government officials, who want to come in and take charge and do things, but it's those same government officials that went in and fined them, and then they got turned around and got paid off to look the other way.
So I'm glad you can I
Sure.
spend a moment of your time. I'll let you continue if you need to. We all live on this lake, and I hate it that some of that fight was left up to individuals. I mean, We would have loved, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. And that's one of the aspects. We want to be in that fight with you. I mean, I'm serious. We all live on this lake. We go on the lake. I
Right.
mean, so that is very important. That's an important point. And talking about kind of just mention some of the growth in Eufaula,
Mhm.
just real fast.
Sure.
That's one of the things with Eufaula, that I've seen a lot of questions. Eufaula needs to fix Eufaula. Okay. And that is, we have fixed the majority of our water lines. We have fixed the majority of our sewer lines. We have plans to work with our water treatment centers. We have plans on the next month agenda to look at starting with our roads and how we can do that. And just from a previous, so people can know that we just turned Front Street over to Creek Nation where it'll look like Burks Road. Okay. So we're working closely with Creek Nation and especially on a lot of preliminary discussions about Fountainhead as well. I mean, so we are working, and I hope that shows that we're willing to work together with.
Right. I also want to see in town where
Those
things
are-
are being built
Those are all in town.
in
Yeah.
as
yeah.
well. Because that's one of the things that we look at too. You want to bring jobs. What about bringing the jobs here as well? Because
Yeah.
we need that here.
100% agree. And that's my whole desire.
And another question that I have too. So who's actually going to be the vote if it ever did come down after you got your preliminaries and stuff and y'all decided to do an annexation? Who is going to be voted? Is it going to be just the homeowners or the property owners, or is the city going to have vote in that? Who's going to be that percentage?
It would be the property owners of the area to be annexed.
Only. It has nothing to do with the city or anybody else.
No, the city residents would not vote, no.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Not Eufaula.
Because I think that was a question that we all had, like
Great
who's
question.
going to be, because, we don't want to be outvoted, where we live at.
No.
And that's going to be a question too. So, I mean, in all honesty, I think we all know that there's going to be growth. And if you're looking down the future, then yes, that's not an issue. But I do think that there needs to be more transparency. I would like to see more communication with everybody, and I'd be more than happy to get more involved.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
And I do appreciate that. Yes. And that's one of the things.
I would like to just say something really quick. I work in business development all day, every day. That's what I do. And I think if nothing else comes out of this tonight, let it be this. These meetings, every single meeting that we do is live streamed on our website. And you can go to our website, hit government, drop down, hit for the council meeting, and there'll be a link. You hit that link, you can watch it in real time from the Barco Lounger at your house. It also shows up on YouTube after the meeting is over. It'll be on YouTube as well. You can come to these meetings every time they're open. We don't stop you at the door if you're not a citizen inside of Eufaula. I lived in Longtown for 38 years. I was part of that, and that's still part of who I am. I think the thing to remember here tonight is we can't give you any information about your area until we give them permission to look up that information and to find that information. So I think it's incredibly important for you guys to understand that at this juncture, all we're doing is fact finding. And then even if nobody's interested in annexing, you got facts for your area. Your area, you'll have breakdowns on all kinds of business that you can use to grow that area or to not grow it, to do with it whatever you want. But if you really want transparency, use the tools we've already given you, which is to get online. We all got a phone. Get online and watch these meetings, because we're not trying to hide anything from anybody. We are trying to get information to you. And this was just a vote to give our
Staff.
folks in the office permission to go forth and find some information. We've got a 50-year plan. The first time this city has ever had a comprehensive plan, ever. And so we've got a lot to find out. We've got a lot of work to do over the next 1.5 to 2 years. to give you back a plan that you, those of you who live in town, that you have never had before, you know, to where when we're gone, they can pick it up and keep running with it. So I just want you guys to understand, while we may have not used the right way to get some kind of information out, we were just having a council meeting and going to be looking up some information. That's it. Nobody was annexing anybody. So we will know now that we need to get more information out. But I want you to know now that you have a way to always have the most up-to-date information. Stay on our website, stay on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's it.
Mr. David Montgomery.
All right.
I got more questions than answers, but who's gonna pay for this study?
The city of Eufaula.
Well, I hear all this, we got a plan,
City of Eufaula.
yeah. I'm 55. I worked my whole life on that farm just to pay for it. We didn't work on that farm. We didn't work on that farm.
I agree.
You say we got 48 hours to see a sign out here.
That's the state
I
law.
work 18, 20 hours a day. I don't have time to drive by and look at your little sign every day. I'm not throwing it out there, but we're gonna spend money to do a study for something that I'm not for. I mean, I don't want nobody jacking my land. That's mine. I earned it. But we're wasting money to come up with a 50-year plan. Start at the city. Make this thing look good. Then maybe out there we'll be happy with it. But, I built mine. I built it. I plan to leave it to my kids. I hope they leave it to theirs. Anyway, I'm through.
Thank you.
Mr. Frank Pendleton.
He was just where I'm at right now. My whole deal was, I knew Eufaula would be the one spending the money for this study. And that's going to be a lot of money. That's not $100 or $200. That's thousands of dollars to do a complete study like you're wanting to do. That's good road money because people that live in Logtown and in Texoma are country people, and we're going to stay country people, and you'll have done it for nothing because we'll vote no on it when it does finally come to an annex vote. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what I was reading is that even if you get the 65%, that you need an additional 25% approval of votes. Is that true? Or
That is correct. It's, I left that out earlier. It's 65% of the acres to be annexed and 25% of the population. If it's if it's over 8 square miles.
If it's over 8 square miles?
If it's over 8 square miles, at least 65% approval of the acres to be annexed and 25% of the population to be annexed. If it's under 8 square miles, it's just 50% of the acres to be annexed. There's no population requirement there.
So with that being said, they don't need our voice under 8 square miles.
Well, we would still need the.
We need 5 to 10 property owners.
Well, where is your boundaries?
So, yeah, so our
On the website.
our initial, and I don't, again, this is all preliminary. That's why we're having the meeting, the discussion, and we'll try to put out more information exactly on the boundaries, okay? But what we were initially looking at with the Texana area is from Fountainhead Marina coming down to 69 and up towards Onapa, and then coming back down to the Texana Road and then going out to Bell Star. Okay. And so then with the Longtown, it was looking at going from the Eufaula border to 9A and then coming back around all the way over to Haskell County line and then north up towards the lake. That's just the initial study, okay? And just about the study, you know, there's a lot of ability to see, first and foremost, if it's even financially feasible and what that would include. If it's not, then the study will be very limited and will cost near to nothing, okay? So, sir, I'm about to close it up, but I am going to mention that we're going to have town hall meetings that we can continue these. Okay, what's that, sir?
We got out-of-state buyers coming in, buying up land, and they're selling it off, buy here, pay here. You're saying, people want to live off the grid, but when they buy up 600-700 acres at a time, over here, over there, over there, over there, that, if it only takes 65% of the land around here, that's throwing a big swing to people that don't even live.
So and thank you, sir. Thank you. And that is something that, you know, they have actually made it harder to annex at the state level. Just November, they passed it to make it even harder.
Just that gives them a bigger voice in a place that they don't even live.
Thank you, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. These are just the laws that we're working with and that we get to work with you on, okay? And again, you know, we value everyone's opinion. And so we thank you, everyone, for coming out and voicing their opinion tonight, okay? And with that, that was our last speaker. I just, again, thank you. Thank you for your conversations. Thank you for your comments. I do appreciate everyone. I truly do. And I can't say how grateful I am, even if this is as far as it goes, that we got to have conversations. And I'm hoping it continues, and I hope it just, again, it wakes people up to what they want to see over the next 25, 50 years. And so I think moving forward, you know, this is very important as we look to how do we want to leave something to our kids and grandkids. And so that's, I think how we move forward is very important. It's real. Sir, right now I'm going to make the motion, okay? Yeah. So I move to approve item 10 with the condition that the city manager's request for consultant proposals be limited in scope to public engagement activities only, including listening sessions and town halls in the Longtown and Texana areas, and that the city manager return to the city council with the proposals for consideration before any additional evaluation or professional services proposals are pushed. That is my motion.
I second that motion with the limited conditions placed on item 10.
Counselor Dobbs,
Yes.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Abstain.
Vice Mayor Morgan,
Yes.
Mayor Higley.
Yes. Okay, moving on to line item number 11, any remarks, inquiries, and announcements by the city council? Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
You go ahead.
I make a motion to adjourn.
And I will second that. You guys get your phones out and get on our Facebook page and on the website.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes.
Counselor Dobbs,
Yes.
Counselor Gully,
Yes.
Counselor Barton,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan.
Yes.
Yes. And we're going to take a 5-minute break.
and around,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, $3.23 million. So part of moving forward with that is having plans and this technical memorandum in place so that we can go to funding agencies and request funds, grants, and things of the like. So the next step naturally would be to start engineering a set of plans for the rehab and get a better idea on what the final cost will be, go to those state agencies and try to get the grant funds so that we can help offset as much of the costs as we can. And that I'll just open it with any questions you guys might have about the memorandum.
So if we start this process, if we vote to do this, what's the time that it's going to take from we just tell you yes tonight to us having a plan?
Well, we'll have to come back with a contract defining that scope next month. And then from there, I think it would take 6 to 9 months to design. And for funding purposes, we have cycles, some of them in October on the federal schedule, we would know. And then others, we could get funding from OWRB in as quick as 2 or 3 months once we knew what we wanted to do.
So to us starting to make changes, we're talking about a year. It would take us to get all that together.
That's a pretty fair assessment, if not a little longer, depending on how we hit the CDBG cycles and things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you a motion?
I would make a motion that we approve line item 6 for directing the city manager to negotiate additional engineering services for the water treatment plant.
I second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Counselor Dawes?
Yes.
Counselor Gully?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan?
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Okay, that passes. And do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yep, second.
Tisha seconds. Okay.
Counselor Dawes?
Yes.
Counselor Gully?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Morgan?
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Are we done now?
Probably done.